4, 3.
Sean right here for digitalmuscle.com. I'm joined with the Tampa Pro 2020 212 champion, George the Bull Peterson.
Ooh.
212 pounds. You're the Arnold Classic champion in Classic Physique, and now you just won your first ever 212. How's that feel?
I mean, it really feels amazing. I mean, just to come right out of the gate in my 212 debut and get the win, it's just an unbelievable feeling. I mean, and what makes it even more unbelievable is I won this very show in 2017 in Classic Physique. That's how I qualified for the Olympia my very first time around. So to win this show in 2 different divisions, it's just a very cool accomplishment.
Yeah, I remember when you won the Arnold Classic, I was thinking, why aren't you doing the 212? So why did you stay in the Classic?
Honestly, I feel personally that the Classic Physique, those years in Classic Physique, prepared me for this jump to 212. Right. If I would have went into 212 back in 2017, 2016, I wouldn't have been ready to do anything. So those years of developing my physique, even though I had to keep coming down to that low weight, I feel like prepared me, allowed me to put on enough muscle, and now I was ready to make that switch. And after the 2019 Olympia, where I feel like it was my best package in Classic to date, and I still didn't get the Olympia win, I feel like there was nowhere else for me to go, so I had to make that switch.
Right. So explain to them, what is the difference now? In Classic Physique, you had to be a certain height and weight.
Right.
Now 212, were you able to put on a little more size?
I was able to put on a lot more size. I mean, I weighed in at pretty much 212 pounds on the nose, just like about 211 and change. But the beauty about it was I got to keep all my muscle, because when I was getting ready for Classic, I would be show ready, 208, 209. I would have to diet down at least 10 pounds of muscle to get rid of that muscle. And that's counterproductive, as you know, as a bodybuilder. We want to keep our muscle and just lose all the fat. And so I was able to pretty much do that for this show.
So it's interesting because originally you were chasing Breon Ansley, Chris Bumstead. Now you got to chase Kamal Elgarni, right, and a couple other guys that are going to be in that 212 division. How confident are you going into Olympia about being a front runner there?
I'm very confident. You know why? Because this chase for me is very, very different. Chasing, Breon and Bumstead in the Class Physique division, I felt like if I came in there being the best bodybuilder, that I could win it. And I mean, I think history shown that I was wrong. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like if I come into 212 being the best bodybuilder that George Peterson can be, I feel confident that I can walk away with that Olympia victory, because that's what this is. This is bodybuilding.
Yeah. So what is the main difference when you're training for Classic Physique as opposed to now training for the 212? Are you able to just kind of like let the horses out and just run in terms of getting bigger and stronger, or were you kind of holding back for Classic? What's the difference?
Absolutely. The biggest difference is, like, say, off season. Like, I had to really put a cap on my off season weight for Classic. I didn't want to let my body get anywhere over 230. 230 was the max. 225 to 230. This off season, I can get up to 250 if I want. Of quality size. And then diet down from there. So that's the biggest difference. So I get to eat a little bit more, but the main thing is to, no matter how much muscle I put on, is to keep that shape, keep that waist nice and tight, because as we know, that's what bodybuilding is.
Well, this is a contest that you were supposed to win. So, and now that that's happened, not a lot of people are surprised
Yeah.
because we saw you coming. But now going into this show, the conditioning that Kamal's bringing to the Olympia.
Absolutely.
The shape and structure that Derek Lunsford's bringing. What are you going to do to improve between now and December?
I'm going to bring a package that's 10 times better than what you saw here at the 2020 Tampa Pro. I mean, I was very good here, but I'm always my own harshest critic. I see things that I could still improve on as a 212 competitor. So you're going to see added size with complete, crazy extreme conditioning that makes what you saw here pale in comparison, I'm telling you.
And as far as the economics are concerned, I mean, there's going to be a lot more at stake. This is a $50,000 prize money at the Olympia that can change the economy of your lifestyle,
right, closing
out the year 2020.
Right.
What do you do to prevent injury? I mean, are you concerned at all about training too hard, overtraining?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll take it back to every time I prep for a show, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because you're standing here. I always go back and I look at a lot of your old videos, like Final Countdown, for example. And I listen to you talk when you train. And I remember one scene where you would talk about, when you're dieting down from a show, you gradually get a little bit weaker, so you can't really pound the weights as much as you would do during your off season. So everything is relative. So when I feel my body getting into that phase, I pull back a little bit. Where to prevent that injury, I keep, my reps at, 10 to 15, going as heavy as I can, keeping it safe. I really don't go for that whole, crazy powerlifting kind of thing where you're only trying to get like 4 reps and whatnot, because that is how you get injury. This is bodybuilding. You want to stimulate the muscle, there comes a time when you want to stimulate the muscle, not annihilate it. So you have to be smart.
Absolutely. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We got 4 months to the Mr. Olympia Championships, December the 17th to the 20th at the brand new Zappos Theater inside Planet Hollywood, where you'll see George the Bull, 212 champion right here in Tampa, Florida, make his Olympia debut in the 212 division. History being made right in front of our eyes. For digitalmuscle.com and George Peterson, I'm Sean Ray.